let us start with the first topic, which is on the Koran. Yes, the Koran is the holy book for the what? For the Muslims. So we have to look into two things according to the syllabus. The nature of the Quran, and then the significance of the Quran, right? So when you talk of the nature, I think we also go through its history, how it came about. It's also very important. So the Muslims believe that Quran is the direct word of Allah. It is divine, it is heavenly and authentic, and it is considered to be a miracle. Why is it considered to be a miracle? Muhammad, who is the founder of the Islamic religion, was illiterate. Many historical sources say that he was unable to read and write, but he was able to inspire the writing of the Quran. Right? You get the sense? So that's why it is regarded as divine, heavenly, and authentic. Right. So the first Shura to be reviewed, or the first chapter, was called Shura Alak, and this happened in the cave of Hira, the first revelation of the Quran. It happened in what we call the cave of Hira. They call it the Layata or Qadri, the night of power, through the angel Gabriel. The angel Gabriel manifested and appeared to Muhammad and began to lay down the structures of the Quran. So the revelation of the Quran, like it was reviewed for something like 23 years. Like Raganyura for 23 years. Like the Prophet Muhammad would dictate the verses to his scribes and tell them where to write the verses and where to place them. So many of the companions also memorized the Quran. They were able to memorize its verses, and the Quran is split into 114 chapters and 30 parts, and the verses. And all chapters begin with the statement Bismillah, right? And it was compiled into a book form from during the time of Abu Bakr, after many Hafas were martyred. So there was also a time of Uthman, a man called Uthman. There were differences arose in its recitation, because sometimes Bukurika Buddha, we have many dialects. We have the Ndau, we have the Zezuru, we have the Kalanga. So sometimes some meanings are lost in translations. Yes. Because if I would go Kwamtari, Kumbabudukatokara, there is a certain way we pronounce things, but in English, something like that, you know. So, at one point, some differences arose in recitation, to an extent that he asked for 7 copies to be made in the dialect of the Quraysh from the origins that was kept with the Hafsa. So it later on ended up being distributed in different regions, and all other copies were to be disregarded. So there was also, there are also two types of Muslims, the Sunni and the other one, right? Yes, pani vamwe vari conservative. Vachiri kunyatsotedzera mutemo yaMuhammad chache, kozoita vamwe vekuti they get entangled with the other cultures, so they ended up having sort of a hybrid type of following the religion. Kuti vanonga vachiita chimuslim, but at the same time one is zvimwe zvinhu zvechirungu zvavari kutedzerera kana kuti zvekristianity zvavari kutedzerera. Right, so why does the Quran have the supreme authority for the Muslims? It is because, number one, they believe it contains the exact words of Allah, right? Yes. And it was brought to people through the final prophet Muhammad, because Muhammad is believed to be the final prophet. According to them, they respect other prophets. They respect Noah, they respect Abraham, they respect Moses. They even mention about Moses, Elijah in their Quran. But they say Chibaba Baba Chao is Muhammad. He's the last, he's the seal. They call him the seal of the prophets. Antonzi ndiye achazoita kuti vanhu vatopinde denga ikoko kuchimuslim prophet Muhammad. So it was recited exactly by the prophet and recorded immediately and accurately by his companions. So they say whatever it says is true. Why? Because Muhammad was the receiver or the recipient of the message, which he relayed freshly to his scribes. Parikuedzobudiswa pfungwa yekuti hapanombobikwa kana kuitwa sei, rakangorohwa rakadaro directly. And parikubva paemphasizwa nyaya yekuti rinenge riri better than the Bible, because Bible tikuti isusu rakazonyorwa later rikazochinjwa rikaita sei. Iwo vari kuti Koran is even better than the Bible because it was recorded immediately and accurately by his companions. So again, it has never been changed. So they use the knowledge they use is correct. It has never got some versions, just like what we have in the Bibles. We have the King James version. We have the what? And the NRV is Revised Standard Version, so it's also a miracle from Allah, because Prophet Muhammad didn't know how to read and to write. So the reason why they follow it, it's simply because it shows them the straight path. It inspires them to struggle in the cause of Allah or to defend Allah. It makes clear to them their obligations and duties towards Allah, and it enables them to practice their religion properly and be guided. And it encourages them through the examples of faithful believers. And it also has the people who follow it have this affinity or this love for Allah. Right, thank you. Right. So to demonstrate their importance, to demonstrate their respect for the Quran, number one, Muslims show respect for the Quran by performing wudu before touching it. Wudu is whereby they wash themselves. It's usually the nostrils, the hands. So before you touch the Quran, you have to clean yourself. Yes, and at the same time, you don't have to drink or eat anything when you are holding the Quran or when you are studying or reading it. I still remember when I used to attend some Muslim lessons at our Dangamvura Mosque back in Mutare. They had a classroom kwainzi kumadresa. Ukatarisa pamachechi ese machawa panenge paine panonzi pamadresa. Ndo panenge pachitodzidziswa Arabic alphabet. The end result ndeyekuti muzoverenge the Quran, yes. So it is kept on a high place, and they try to follow and practice upon what it says. And it is read every day, because according to one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and I think I will do the lesson on the 5 pillars of Islam as of tomorrow, because this one is on the Quran. There is a pillar called what do they call it? The one for obligatory prayer. There is Shahada, there is Saum, there is Zakat. What's the other one? There is Hajj, there is the 5th one. Shahada is declared. Saum is Saum is for fasting. Yes, the fasting in the month of Ramadan. It's what? No, Zakat is obligatory charity. It's Salat. It's Salah or Salat. Yes, Salah or Salat. It's about regular prayers. They pray 5 times a day. We'll touch into that in detail. So when they pray 5 times a day, they will be holding the Quran too. Right, so I'll explain that in detail. So avoiding eating and drinking while reading, and also handle it with respect. That's why it's always put on a podium. It's always put on something which is higher. So they regard it highly, So that's it for this lesson. Most of the Muslim topics are straightforward and very simplistic. They are very straightforward, simplistic, and also very, very short. You don't have to strain yourself. It's a section in which you should be able to answer even 3 questions, because this is one of the simplest sections in the FRS syllabus, because they know that most of the Zimbabwean candidates are not so much into Islam, so they even set up some straightforward questions. So much of the stuff is like, it's generalized stuff, although you have to keep up with the dictates of the syllabus. Yes, that's it. So tomorrow we'll touch on the 5 pillars.